Hey guys, today's Sunday, April the 30th of 2023. It's that time of the month for uranium spot price. Without any further delay, let's get into it. As you can see, I updated this. I'm using the futures UX2 close of 53.80. Maybe it could be 52.10, but with uranium spots, a dinosaur, it doesn't really matter. I could adjust it once the uranium spot price finalizes for April. But let's look at the cycles. Nothing's really much, nothing's really changed. The 307, the big cycle hits a peak somewhere around August 25th of 2033. A long-term projection cycle is one that's 173, and this one hits a peak somewhere around January of next year. It's a peak there. You can see how it's fluctuated. And then the last one is the 46. This is the dominant cycle. It's a little more fractal and smaller, as you can see how it behaves within these years, and know that this is monthly closes. We'll see. We just hit a peak in November of last year, and now this cycle is down to October 2024. So what could this mean? Well, a couple of things. As you can see, we're getting a nice pop. Maybe we could go sideways here, or maybe the cycle is not going to take any effect on uranium spot price. It's going to, price is king, as you heard on my show. It's going to do what it's going to do, even though, the cycles are down. So this is the one that's negative. The 173 is about to hit a peak, but the 307 is the big cycle. So we'll see how it plays out. But so far, price action is doing good. I'm going to show you some other stuff that I found fascinating, interesting in the other charts that I want you to stay tuned and watch towards the end. So we're going to look at some other clips, and I'm going to show you some other things I'm noticing with the uranium spot price to kind of give you a heads up how's it looking into the future. Okay, so this is one of the charts. There's going to be two that I'm going to show you, and then I'll wrap this video up. First off is the Fukushima high. That was like $65, somewhere around there and change. And going out using one again's technique of price is equal of time. 65 or 650 weeks. It takes us all the way somewhere around, you could say September. Actually, I think maybe August or September. Since we're dealing with months, it's not really going to be as, like a day or a week. It's going to be, keep your eyes, open for any news in regards to a uranium spot price, whatever, in regards to September, August and September. Those 2 months are going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. But so far, we got a nice little pop here. We're into the, from the all-time low, 22 years and change, from the low of November of 2016. We're going into very close into 7 years. And from the all-time high, we're already somewhere around 15 years and change. So there's a simple model I'm running here. And this model goes up and it hits a peak somewhere around, January of next year. And I also ran neural net, which is the computer. And there was a pivot here, pivot high, and then there's a pivot low coming down here around August. You can see that we got this little pop here. If I zoom in, you can see there was a turning point, and it looks like it wasn't a high, but increased volatility. You got this nice little pop, and we got this low or a turning point, as I say, or increased volatility for somewhere around August. So let's get that out. I wanted to show you Gann square I have here. As you can see, these levels. Let me see if I minimize this a little bit. The other chart I'm going to show you is more, it's a scale chart. This is not a scale chart. But I did the squaring from this low to this high, not on a scale chart. You can see that this has been good support right here. And now we broke through this angle, and now we're dealing with this angle right here. If we could get above this angle, obviously we're going to test the high of 58.24 and change. I think that's it for this chart. We're going to go into the more interesting chart, is what I call the geometry chart. This is one of Gann's techniques to use in regards to kind of forecasting, moves. So let's get into that chart. Okay, so this is my scaled chart of the uranium spot price, and I only left one moving average, is the 20, just because you don't need anything else. Price action is above all the moving averages, unless you're using anything above 200. I haven't back tested that, but just with the 20, just let me know that we're still, in trend and discovering higher prices. First off, the most important one is the 45-degree angle from the all-time high. This is very important. We are pushing, even if this is not the close, 53.80, if it's 52.10, we are still above the 45-degree angle. That is very, very bullish. Don't mess around with geometry. 45, a very important resistance line, and you're above it, so that is good. That's strong. That's bullish. Don't even think about shorting uranium stocks. So a YouTube dude, talking about they're gonna short uranium. You got to be careful. You get your head handed to you with this kind of move that probably could play out. As you can see from the all-time low, the 45 is here. We're at the 3x1 right here, finding support. So that is bullish. That's good. If we go and take the low of 2016 of November, and mind you, this is all scaled, so this is accurate. 45-degree, we are right now kissing it. If we get to close above, 53.80 and go into 54.55, watch out, because it's going to test this high, and it's going to test the Fukushima high of 65. It's probably going to bounce off these angles right here, which is this is the 30, the 45, and the 60. So keep that in mind. And I even went more fractal. I took the high and put a 45 down, and we're above the 45, and now we're testing this 30 right here. So there's a 30, 45, and 60. This is what we're testing right now. So it's at a crucial point right now where if it's going to break through, it's gonna have to break it with force and test that. So I'm looking at it in regards to geometry wise, what price action is doing. This is what's the one that's interesting. If you've been watching my video, this is the ellipse technique from the high to this low, and using the musical notes. As you can see, there was some kind of move or increased volatility or turning point somewhere around, you could say, March. And you can see that from March going into April, look like this big move has happened. We'll see it more develop into May and June, but if it continues going higher, this gave us an indication that something was coming. The next one in the future will be somewhere around 2025. And let me see if there's another ellipse here, because I used the major and the minor scale. You can see that there's somewhere around 2025. So this is the one that I was kind of waiting to see what price action was going to do at spot price, and you can see that we just got this move to the upside. So we'll see. Interesting stuff. I get fascinated when I see stuff like this. I'm using the pitchfork, and you can see that we've been finding support here. Spot price doesn't want to break down this 48.17 level. Once it gets above this anchor angle, it's going to be looking even better. I adjusted this pitchfork. You can see that it found resistance here, and now it broke through it, so that's good. That's bullish. This is another adjusted, from this these swing points, and we're kissing this one right now, which is the 25, 50. That's the 75, and the 100s up here. So we'll see how it's how it's going to do there. But looking at it, what's been going on, I'm not surprised if it breaks right through it. This is parallel lines, nothing there. Fibonacci 61.8 is 56.42, so it's probably going to revisit that level and that high that we did. Let's see, nothing there. Nothing there. The ellipse, and if we break out of this circle, that's going to be important. It hasn't done that yet. We got a couple of months more to go. It's holding this here too. So far it hasn't gone down here. So nothing really there for now. And this one is interesting. So the ellipse is from this low to this high. We just stuck our head out. So picture it as this, this, the way I look at it is like the sun. And this is one of the flames that are coming out, and they want to discover more, higher prices. So as long as we could stay out of this circle and just float around away from it, maybe that level right there, 68.18. I have a target of 77, 70, 78, 77 for spot, the center of gravity. I'm still sticking to that. And there's some levels here, resistance, 57.74. This is advanced support and resistance. You can see that's going to be a target for now. Once we get there, and then we'll see what it's going to do. Nothing there. And the Gann square, you can see 55.40. We haven't gotten there yet. And there's this angle, and this is from the all-time low to the all-time high squared. You can see this strong angle, coming from here, which is like a 45. And it's there. As long as we could cross above it and all the other angles I told you of the 45, this is going to be open air. There's a vector here of August 8. So we'll see. But if we continue chucking along, there goes that 71, 70. So we'll see how it goes. That's it for me. But I just want to give you an update on uranium spot price. It's looking bullish. Stay focused. Stay long. And we'll look for May and see what May brings us.